Hey guys, Reviews and More back with a quick review. This is on a gaming chair, and as always, please, if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And this gaming chair more specifically is from a company called Best Massage. It is a company that sells on Amazon and a few other places. Basically, it is a brand that I believe, based on other listings, sells Chinese goods through their name Best Massage. These are more or less unbranded chairs. There's no brand marking on them. So that's what we're dealing with here. This is the sub $100 market. You're going to pay about $100 depending on the color you want to buy at Amazon. So Amazon's about as expensive online as you're going to get it with Prime. Some places a little more expensive because they're like resellers, and this one was actually $90 because the white was a little cheaper, and this chair's for my wife, and she has a relatively white themed desk area. First, little complaint, that little item you just saw where all the casters and all the arms for the face come in was a little rusted, which was a little bit concerning. Because of the way these goods are packaged, I would recommend that you inspect every part extremely thoroughly. This chair was just fine. There was one small tear and a couple little marks on the white portions of that fake leather, and it's not real leather, it's fake leather. Chairs, you might see that there. Just double check every little piece of it. The little marks I think will come out with a little bit of elbow grease and the proper cleaner, but be very careful. These things are not packaged great, which means there's probably not a lot of quality control at the factory where the packing occurs. So just double check every little bit of it before you actually assemble the item, because there's a good chance, in my opinion, you might have to do a return. Doesn't mean it's a bad product, but it just means that you are essentially, the customer becomes the quality control. You have to kind of deal with that. But anytime you have a tear in the package or goods come in non-conforming, you can always send them back, no cost to you. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. Overall, I will say this: the chair for the money is worth it, based on what my wife uses it for. A couple limitations are right there. You're seeing a little nub sticking out where the leather basically is being, the fake leather is being pushed out by the internal workings of the chair. So just some quality issues that kind of come up. It's not for anybody over 250 pounds. In fact, the max capacity is 250 pounds. So if I'm up to 220 on my top end. I was able to assemble the chair and put it together and sit in it, lean all the way back with the reclining function, and I didn't feel super comfortable, but I didn't feel like I was going to fall out of the chair. Other big flaw with this chair: the armrests are not padded and they are not adjustable. So that was probably my biggest gripe about the chair itself, was the fact that it was simply not adjustable enough for my purposes, which is why I'm never going to use this chair, but my wife is enjoying it so far. And last little dumb thing, the reclining function to me is great, but the extended footrest is kind of stupid. It's just too short. If you're much over 5'8", your legs will be hanging off pretty hard, and it will not feel relaxing in any way. It just feel like you're dangling your legs over a precarious footrest. So I think it's more or less a gimmick to kind of make you go, ooh, that's got a footrest, and you buy it. Now, for the purposes that I would buy this chair for, sitting at a computer desk, having more lumbar support, having a nice headrest, works great. The padding's decent. It's not perfect. It doesn't feel plush in my opinion, but depending on what you like to sit in, it might be perfect for you. Some people don't like big gushy chairs. I do. My wife doesn't, so it works out for her again. But the biggest issue, I would say, for me, is the comfort with regard to the armrest. That's just me personally. And if you're very tall, you probably won't enjoy it too much. If you're terribly heavy, you also won't have a good time with it, because it's not even designed for anything that heavy. Now, this video is an assembly video, but I'm not really going into much detail until I get to problem spots, and there really weren't any problem spots. There's a couple portions where I had to actually kind of poke holes in the fabric to get through to the threading where the bolts go in, but that was about it. It comes with a Allen wrench key, which is with a handle on it, which is kind of nice. Normally you get these things, they have a little L-shaped Allen wrench, which are not terribly helpful in the hand. So if you have arthritis or hand issues, it's an easy assembly. But that's kind of a minimalist, or kind of a petty little thing, not really a big part of the chair. Overall, again, the padding's decent, not amazing. I don't know how well it'll hold up over time. This is one of those chairs where I'd buy the extended warranty on it. I'd go ahead and get it, because I suspect, although I haven't had it for a year, I suspect after a year of consistent use, it might be a little low on padding. I certainly think if it were me and my 215-pound butt sitting on it day in, day out, it would probably lose the padding. My wife's itty-bitty, so she's going to do a lot less wear and tear on the chair itself, and so I don't think it'll be a big issue for her, but I think I'd probably tear it apart. Other than that, guys, there's not a whole lot to say about the chair. Towards the end of the video, that's where you actually see to get this full chair assembled. Again, I'm 6 foot tall, 215 pounds. I could sit on it comfortably. I couldn't lay down on it comfortably just because it feels awkward to be laying down in a desk chair anyway. But you can invert to 180 degrees. I think it's a cool chair for the price. However, if you are much above my weight, I wouldn't recommend it just because you'd probably tear it apart pretty quickly. The lumbar pillow and the head pillow, those are very nice actually. They're very soft. They feel very plushy. The portion where your butt goes, not so much. That's where you lose a little bit of that ergonomics. You get the reclining ability. It locks in any position, so if you like to lean back and hold it, you can lock it in place. It feels pretty smooth rolling, but you can always replace those little caster wheels with like the little rollerblade style wheels aftermarket if you want to. They are universal. And it does come in 3 other colors. It comes in jet black, blue, and a red. So if there's other colors you'd like to use, they work fine. The overall, I'd say it's worth the $100 for somebody who's going to get years of use out of it. For me, because I can just tell based on the quality of the item, it's not going to last if you're gaming on it day in, day out, weighing 200 plus or close to that range. You're going to tear it up more quickly. I also am afraid of wearing things like jeans on it just because the leather material doesn't feel terribly thick. So I'm worried like if I have this like a button or something on my pants and I hit it just right, I might tear it. That's another fear that I have just because it's not real leather, so it's not as durable. It's that PU leather stuff, which is basically made from like leather scraps and then has polyurethane over top of it. So it's essentially plastic leather. But overall, I'd say it's worth the $100. It's a good intro chair. I'd say if you're trying to decide if you want to pull the trigger on a $400 gaming chair, and you're like, well, I don't even know if I really need that, get one of these. If you get the functionality of having the high back, having the lumbar pillow, having the headrest, does it feel more comfortable gaming for hours on end? Yeah, buy this one, see if it's worthwhile, and then hey, if it falls apart on you, make sure you have the extended warranty for an extra $8, and then return the thing or get it replaced. Make that your backup chair, then get your real chair that's going to be your one that's going to last for years and years and years. But overall, I'm happy with the purchase because the purchase was for my wife, and this chair was kind of tailor-made for her almost because she doesn't like a lot of padding. She's not going to tear the chair up to pieces in a few months of general use because of her weight. I probably would. So this is not the best gaming chair for a big guy. It's probably a great gaming chair for like a kid who's looking to have a nice chair to sit in, and it'll make them feel special because their friends are like, ooh, look at the cool gaming chair. But for an adult male, 200 plus pounds, I just don't see the long-term functionality of it. So again, that's my view on it. If you're not as hard on furniture as I am, don't go with it. Additionally, I'm fairly slender. I'm not a ballerina by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel comfortable on how close together the armrests are because they cannot be adjusted up or down or side to side. But if you're a little heftier, it might be touching the sides of your stomach or your sides, and they'd be very uncomfortable. So again, that 250-pound weight limit, that might not even be for the actual stress factor on the chair. It might just be because they assume once you hit that weight, you're going to be rubbing against the side of the armrest, and they don't. And again, they're not adjustable, so you have that limitation there. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at this chair. And that's it, guys. There's not much more to the video. If you have any questions about the assembly or anything, just let me know, and I'll answer in the comments. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.